Hi everyone, welcome to SewSpark Studio. My name is Paula. Today we're going to look at how to operate the foot pedal on your sewing machine. And I've got 3 machines I'm going to do a quick demo on because they're all slightly different. I'm going to use my Janome Memory Craft 6600 and the Pfaff Tipmatic 1023. And then I'm also going to show my serger because all of them are slightly different. Maybe not so much in how you operate the foot pedal, but in how the machine sounds. I think it will maybe be helpful because if you have a different model of machine, you might find something similar in one of these to your machine. So let's get started. So I've got my machine set up here. And you want to put your foot pedal in a comfortable position. And because I'm filming today, mine is not exactly how I prefer it, but I'm going to try and make it work. I have seen people turn their foot pedal around the opposite way, but really it's designed to be used like the gas pedal on your car. So the slope should be going up with your toe and the heel of your foot should be on the floor in a comfortable position. Now I'm starting with my Memory Craft, which has a speed selector on it. And so this dial here, I can adjust the speed of the machine. And so that will affect how the foot pedal operates. Right now I've got it on the single triangle here. When I push, and I'm just gently pushing to start. And if I push as far as I can on it, this is the maximum speed the machine will go. So then it's a slide, so you can go gradually. I'm just going to go to the 2 triangles. And you can see right away that's faster. And then the 3 triangle speed, faster again. Most of the time when I sew, I use the 3 triangles because I can use my foot to adjust my speed. So I can go slowly or faster. And then I can adapt without having to change the slide. I just use my foot. I can even, if I want, take single stitches. And I've moved my foot up. You maybe can see that my heel's not on the floor anymore. I think that's partly because of the position I'm sitting in for the video. But whatever is comfortable so that you can control. And it's really about practice, right? That single stitch, I could not do that when I was first learning how to sew, but it's about practice and it's also about getting to know your own machine because every machine is a little bit different. And as you use your machine and get more experienced with it, you'll find that you can do more with it because you understand the machine and how it works. So I can do that single stitch or I can go as fast as I want. And most of the time I'm stopping and starting. If I'm sewing something that's very precise and detail oriented, I might go very slowly. And other times if I'm doing long straight seams, I'll go faster. So that's my Janome, and it's a computerized machine and has the speed control. This is my Pfaff. I think I called it a Tipmatic 1023 earlier. It's really a 1027. Sorry about that. This machine is an older machine. It's not computerized and it has no speed control on it. So all of your speed control is in your foot. And so again, same position with the angle going up towards the toe, heel on the floor. I have to be a little more careful with this machine because on my Janome with the computerized machine, when you stop sewing, the needle automatically moves to the top position with the take-up lever at the top. And that's important when you start sewing or your needle can unthread. So with this one, even though I know it's in the top position, when I put my foot down, I'm going to put my finger on the threads just to make sure the needle doesn't unthread when I start sewing. But for this one, the control is entirely in my foot. And again, getting to know your machine. The more you sew, the more you use your machine, the better you will get at manipulating your machine. So I'm starting out a little bit of pressure. And this one doesn't start quite as quickly. I'm not using much pressure here, right? I'm going very slowly. And again, I can go faster. And that was just the maximum speed this machine can go. Now, you may have noticed that's a little bit slower than my Janome. My Janome is a semi-professional machine, and it can sew at a much higher rate than this one. But this is still an excellent quality machine. So again, same thing. I can sew very slowly. And again, I'm moving my foot up, so my heel is off the floor, but I still have a good solid position on the foot pedal. And I can probably do one stitch with this machine. I don't use this machine quite as much anymore. But if I want to be super precise with a single stitch, the best way to do it is to use your hand wheel and just turn so that the needle goes up and down again. And then you absolutely can control that one stitch. Doing it with your foot, even for me to do that, is a little bit of a gamble. But on my Janome, I trust myself to do it, and I do it quite often. This machine, I'm not so sure about, so I would be more likely to use the hand wheel to do that single stitch. But again, it's just that little bit of pressure and controlling the speed. And when I teach students how to sew, if they've not used machines before, I usually start them on paper. Sewing on paper is easy. You don't have to thread the machine. So it's about getting to know your machine and knowing how much pressure and getting that control piece, that you are managing the speed of the machine with the pressure of your foot on the foot pedal. And as I said, it takes practice. And the more you practice, the better you will get at controlling the speed with your foot. So that's the Pfaff Tipmatic 1027. This is my serger, and it's a Janome, but whatever brand serger you have, this will probably apply. Now, some sergers do have a speed control. I have used a Pfaff serger that has a switch on the foot pedal, and you can change it to the higher setting or the lower setting. One thing to remember about sergers is they do go faster than sewing machines. So if you've not used one before, again, practice. Try it out. Get some fabric and just do strips, go around curves. Learn to control the machine before you start using it on items that you might damage if you make a mistake. The difference with the serger is it's got that blade, right? And so it's cutting while you're stitching. Now, this is going to sound different starting up. And again, this is where practice and getting used to your machine comes in. On the serger, you don't raise your presser foot, so I'm just sewing. And again, same thing. My toe is towards the rise, my heel's on the floor. And again, I may move my heel off the floor. I'm a little shorter, and so even though I can adjust the height of my chair, that also affects the top part here and how I'm angled for that too. So there are times I put my foot up depending on what I'm doing. Starting out, listen to the sound of the machine and watch the needle action as I start pressing the foot pedal. And you heard that sound. It doesn't have as immediate a reaction to the foot pedal pressure as the sewing machine does. And I find that with most sergers. So again, it's that piece about practicing and getting used to the sound, getting used to the feel of how that's going to operate. And that was the top speed on this serger. I had it all the way to the floor. But again, I can control that speed. Little trickier. It feels like I need to push a little harder in order to get it started. And then I can back off on the speed. So you can sew quite slowly if you need to on a curve or something. I'm just doing straight lines here so I can use more speed. As I mentioned with all of the machines, practicing is the key. So using your machine, practicing different speeds, getting a feel for how much pressure on the foot pedal is going to get you the result that you want in your sewing. And I always tell my students, start out slow. You know, it might be fun to make the machine go as fast as it can go. Younger ones love to do that, but it's about control. And sometimes, my students would go, oh, my machine won't sew straight. I would tell them, you're the boss of the machine. Part of that is a learning process. It's learning how to control the speed so that you can make the machine do what you want it to do. So you can go around that curve with a nice, neat, precise stitch, or you can do that really straight line that you want as well. So that's the foot pedal and operation on 3 different machines, but really very simple. You're just pressing the pedal and using the amount of pressure you want to control the speed of the machine. I hope this video has been helpful for you today and that you'll feel more confident operating the foot pedal of your sewing machine. Thanks for joining me here at SewSpark Studio. Have a great day.